Good
All right.
morning, everyone. We're so excited to get to hear from Waymond. He's in the middle of his busy season, so thank you for taking a little time off for us today, and we'll turn the time over to you, my friend.
Well, thank you, Trish. And hello, everyone. Good morning. It is a great morning. We are all breathing and alive. So we should be thankful for that. I've said many times before, I always like to start off just really being thankful and that position of gratitude. Um, but today, I I I really just want to talk to you guys as we're halfway through this Cancun, running for Cancun and qualifying for that and building our business. I just really want to talk to you guys today about being coachable and teachable. And that's what's been on my heart the last few days as I've been working with the team and talking and the importance of being coachable and teachable. And really, this is just really a reflection, looking in the mirror type thing, not a beat down, but just a real good, are you coachable? Are you teachable? That's a question for you. Are you? Are you really coachable or teachable? Are you willing? Because that's what it takes. You have to be willing. Are you listening? Are you practicing? Are you doing? That's how we get to the success. We really have to make a choice to be coachable, teachable. You must be a willing and active participant. The choice is yours to make. No one else can make it for you. The excuses or reasons, whichever one you want to say, because they're both in the same. Usually excuses are more negative connotation, but they're both the same. Rather it's the reason why you did something or the excuse why you didn't do something, or you did do something. It's really the same words. Like I said, excuses are normally more of a negative connotation. So you can always come up with reasons and excuses not to do something. And that's the thing, so again, are you coachable? Are you teachable? You have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to be coachable, teachable. So the first part, listening, not just hearing, because you can listen all day long. I mean, hear all day long. But if you're not attentively listening usually requires you leaning in, usually um, taking in what's being said and processing it versus just hearing it. You could be in a classroom of kids and all their noise is going on and you can hear all that, but you're not paying attention to what's necessarily going on with each individual kid or some of the personal conversations. So are you listening? And then after hearing you, like I said, you have to practice and do it. If you're not applying it and you're not putting it into action, then are you coachable? Are you teachable? Are you learning? Are you doing what's needed to succeed? We have a blueprint here. We have plenty of mentors and people that have success in this and are sharing how to do it. But are you actually applying those things? That's the question I have. So many people want the success, but are you doing the things? Are you practicing those habits? Are you learning? Are you listening? Or are you a yes, but? Yes, but I need to do this first, or I need to try this first. I got to get, or, well, uh, the kids are this, or uh, you know, my dog is sick. I mean, life happens. Things happen. You have to make the choice to choose to take in what you're being given and learning, and then to applying them, fitting them in the nooks and crannies of your life. It's your personal choice. No one else can make it for you. No one can tell you when and how to do it. It's up to you to start applying and doing those things. So my question is, are you coachable? Are you teachable? Another part about that is, hey, when you're doing that, you are also leading because people are watching you. Whether you want to be a leader or not, guess what? You are a leader. You are being watched. Somebody's watching you. It could be one person. It could be just one person. You're a leader for that one person. Someone is watching you. And if you are in this company and you're trying to build, which everyone in here should be trying to do, because that's that's a common goal with us here as we're helping people to build our business, then what we do as we move forward is it duplicatable. Are you doing the things that you want your team to do to have success? Or are you just saying it because you heard someone else say it? They are watching you. Do you have your list? Do you have your list of names? Are you following up? Are you making calls? Are you inviting? Are you getting on presentations? Are you doing presentations? Where are you in your phase of growing and learning? Are you being coachable and teachable? Are you really? Let's think about school. In school, they give you a lesson, right? The teacher either gives you books and stuff to read or a lecture, a presentation or something. And that is just information. But you have to show up to get it. So are you showing up? And then showing up is not enough. Because just because you showed up doesn't mean you're learning, doesn't mean you're being teachable and coachable, or that you're actually gaining the information you need. Are you listening? Are you listening? And then in school, what do? They give you classwork to practice what they just taught you. You do a lab, you do classwork, they give you homework. This is the practice now, the thing that you're supposed to learn so you can get it down, so you can become confident, so you can get an understanding and be able to succeed. And how do they measure and find out if you succeeded? Uh-oh, here comes those quizzes, those tests, or better yet, a pop quiz. Can you pass the test? You can't pass the test if you haven't been practicing the very thing you're supposed to be learning to pass the test. How can you apply yourself and show that you've learned or that you've gained the experience that's needed to continue to move forward and step into the next role and continue to grow in this business or even in life? If you don't apply it, you have to put it into practice. So once you've done that, now you can become confident. And what you get to do now is once you have this, you can now take that and teach someone else. One of the biggest things I do when I'm tutoring, and it frustrates some students at first, but I let them know, look, I'm not just giving you the answers. I'm not just telling you how to do it. I'm going to show you, and then you're going to show me. And if you can teach me how to do as if I don't know anything, then I know you've got it. And so that is how I've had so much success with just in tutoring. I mean, the confidence that people have at that math is one of the, oh my goodness gracious, people get intimidated. And I hate math. I hate math. No, don't hate it. Let's see if you can get off of hating it. Let me just show you how it's done, right? If I can teach you how to do it and you don't hate it, then you can remove that roadblock. It's almost like the same thing as having fear. So if I can remove that roadblock and then show you how it's done, and then you start practicing, what happens is you become confident. You start having momentum. You start getting these little victories, and all of a sudden, it's not a mountain anymore. It's just you can just step over it now because you have built up the confidence and you have learned how to succeed in doing that very thing. Coaching. I coach basketball, football, soccer. Look, again, are you coachable? Are you teachable? Are you learning? Are you listening, learning, doing? You got to apply to have the success. I can tell if you're on a football team and hey, the run is to the right. Okay, I can hand the ball off to the right, but what if you ran out wide because you think I'm going to sweep and pitch the ball to you? The play is busted. You can hear in all the plays and learn, quote unquote, learn by not really listening and hear the plays and still not effectively run the plays because you never practiced it. And when comes game time, your success level will be no good. Basketball. Oh my when I was coaching basketball, I'm just giving you some examples, guys. This is real. This basketball. One of the things that are um, that athletes often complain about is they're offhand. They're not dominant hand. I can't shoot the basketball with my offhand. Most people are right-handed. Well, a lot of the kids I had were right-handed, so they would say, I can't shoot left-handed. I can't do a left-hand layup. Oh, yes, you can. And you know what we had to do? We had to reprogram their mindset. So every time they said can't, guess what the whole team did? We lined up and did our favorite run, which they called suicide. And we were running until they couldn't say can't anymore because we had to get that out of their head. And I had to help them understand that, listen, we're in practice. This is the time to do it. Practice that left hand layup. As you practice it, or the offhand, if it's right hand, if you're left hand, you practice it. Because if you don't practice it here in practice, you're not going to do it in the game. How do you expect to succeed in doing it in real life game or a real life situation if you're not practicing it? So how do you plan on getting better at inviting if you're not inviting? How do you plan on getting better at trying to do a presentation if you're not presenting? How do you get better at following up if you're not doing it? How do you get better at three-way calls if you're not doing it? See, the process is set up for you to go through it, to not only have personal growth and grow, but also so you can know the steps and process that you went through, and you can better help the others as they come through. See, it's a win-win-win. You got to go through the process. And guess what? I guarantee you that you're going to mess up somewhere many times. Look, I'm raising my hand. I've done it many times. I'm not perfect. No, I will not be perfect. I will strive for perfection, right? Always trying to get better and continue to improve myself and my team. But I will tell you right now that you cannot have that fear of failure. You know, when fear comes, you're gonna fight or flight, you know. And what I challenge people to do is take that fear, that energy you're feeling, and use it against the thing that you're trying to overcome. And it's okay. If you fall down, you get back up. It's okay because you have not failed, as I have said many times before, until you quit. So, again, circling back around, are you coachable? Are you teachable? Would you want you on your team? Would you want to deal with you? Huh? Are 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 you making excuses for why you can't do or when you're going to do or putting it off? You know, because you can always find something to procrastinate. Or are you saying, okay, let's do this? You know, and it's rather it's full time, part time, however much time you have in the nooks and crannies, as they say. Are you optimizing your time? Are you getting the most out of the time that you put towards your business? And are you doing the little things, the income producing activities, the habits that's necessary to build your business, to succeed in your business, to succeed in your personal growth, which ultimately increases and improves your life? That's what I wanted to talk about this morning. It was a great in Utah about excuses, and I'll never forget because the balloon blew up in my face. Man, she had us blow into the balloon every time someone had an excuse. Name an excuse, and we blew into the balloon and blew into the balloon, and everybody in the room was blowing in their balloon, and I'm like, well, I don't know, mine's about full. And I blew again, and all of a sudden it popped in my face, and I think mine was the first one, and everyone jumped and yelled. I mean, it was hilarious, but at first it was startling. But I was like, dang, this is you keep on making excuses and you go nowhere. It's gonna blow up. You go nowhere. You're not gonna get any closer to your goal. So grab the bull by the horn, so to speak. Do not be afraid to not succeed the first time. It is growth. It is growing. If you don't learn how not to do something, it's kind of hard to learn how to do it the correct way or the best way. There is some failure in growing. And failure is, well, I shouldn't say failure. Stumbling or falling along the way to learn is all part of the process. No one has made it and succeeded without having some type of fall. You got to have that. It's experience. It's growth. When you have a car accident, you're not going to never drive again. You have to get back behind the wheel again. I just want to encourage you guys today to take a look. Reflection time in the mirror. Am I coachable? Am I teachable? Am I that person that I would want to have on my team? And then I need to make sure that I'm putting these things into motion and that realize that I am a leader. Someone is watching me. Someone is watching me. My team is watching me. My team to come is watching me. People that's not even in the business, they're watching me. So lead, shine, let your light shine. Get connected, stay connected, let your light shine. Be teachable, be coachable, and then put it into action. So that's what I have for you guys today. Trish, short but sweet. That was on my heart. And back to you, my dear.
Perfect. It's powerful words. Thank you, Waymond. Ultimately, guys, your success or failure does lie on each one of us individually. I was talking with somebody about that last night. It doesn't matter what anybody else says or thinks or does. Ultimately, we have to live in our own skin. We pay our bills, we live our life. And if somebody is, saying something that's holding you back, or if it's the little voice in your head that's holding you back, it's up to you to move past that, because you get to control your circumstances. You get to control where you're at 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And if you'll be teachable, we have the coaching in place. We have everything in place here at Actives to help you on your journey. Just as a side note, he started out talking about the trip. I just want to make sure that you all are aware. I don't know how I missed it, but somehow I wasn't fully aware that the doubling of points this month is going on. And that's a really, really big deal for those of you that are racing towards the trip. I'm going to go out on a limb here and share just some things that I kind of picked up reading through the lines, and hopefully it's correct. But they were saying that the cap on enrolling is 75 points. And that if you bring in someone right now with a $500 pack, instead of getting 5 points for that, you're getting 10. Huge. So you bring in 7 people, you're at 70 points. You bring in 8 people, you've more than maxed the points. The comment that I kind of gleaned was, if we have enough people that are maxing points, we might be able to get them to bump the cap. And that was just a little side read between the lines conversation. Nobody's doing it right now. Nobody's even close to maxing the points. So it hasn't been fully discussed, but if we get enough people that are racing hard during this period of time and enrolling and getting that to be a discussion, I think that we might be able to get that to bump up. So not only would you be getting your rank advancement points, but by putting those people underneath people, you're also getting your people to A3, and now you're getting those points as well. So I was talking to Ryan Mumford yesterday, and he was literally talking about how enrolling somebody, you could get tons of points for it, because you're getting your 10, you're putting it under somebody, helping them get to 3. If it bumps your rank, you're getting those points. Like, it just spirals and chain reaction with those points. We want so many of you on that trip. So he's having a little bit of sleepless nights right now, wondering if he's blown his budget, wondering if people are going to take advantage of this and he's going to be in trouble, but he's willing to take that lick if he needs to. But it's up to us whether we work this month and whether we take advantage of that or not. So we've still got 2/3 of the month. How many people will you enroll by the end of the month to be able to get those points towards the trip of a lifetime? So just a little side note there. Make sure that we're not wasting these days, that we are using these days, planting the seeds, because it takes talking to people today to be able to get people ready to sign up tomorrow or next week. We have to start the process and let people progress at their speed, because you can't just run out the last day of the month and sign up 10 people. Also, we're in the 500 club period. So they're literally stacking our bonuses, stacking our excitement as we sign people up. I know, wait, I know,
Listen,
I know.
listen, I'm sorry, Trisha. I was trying to look. Guys, if you don't hear what she's saying, look, immediately after that corporate update, they said this stuff. I immediately had a meeting, and Angela can tell you. I think she's the only person I see right now. Look, they want us to succeed, guys. There is no other company I've ever been a part of that wants us to succeed as much as this company wants us to succeed. They are giving us extra money. They are giving us extra points. Again, only if we want it. It's up to us to go do the work. They want us on the trip. I mean, Angie blew my mind when she was like, "Look, hey, I didn't ask her." She was like, "Hey, Waymond, here, if you do this, boom, you could be there." And I'm like, "Wow, you know what? I had already had a plan like this, and kind of matches." They are going out the way to help us. I'm telling you guys, get a hold of this. Get a hold of this today. Today is the day. Today, go out there and get your people, man. They extra bonus points. The 500 club again. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. Trisha, I'm sorry. I didn't.
No, I love it. I could see you like just ready to blow there. It was so excited.
Man, I tell you, it's an awesome thing, and I'm just glad that I'm here. I'm with Actives. I made the choice to do this because there was some question if I was going to do it to some of the other businesses I was doing, and I'm glad that I kind of laid them down, and I'm in the right place, man. I'm telling you, I'm just so appreciative of our corporate team and Actives and all the help you do, Trish, for us, you and Eric. And look, it's a great place. This environment is great. The integrity, I love it. That's all. I mean, I'm gonna be quiet now.
No, it's
awesome. It's awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
We're going to wrap it up because we are at time, but everybody have a great day. If you don't have a clear roadmap, corporate will help you make one. We will help you make one. Have a clear map of how you can qualify for the trip. Let's get as many of you on it as we can. Let's get your businesses rocking. Let's come into this fall with a lot of momentum and just blow it up. You won't even recognize where you are come March next year. Have a great day, everyone.